Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. After the two webinars, we are having the first startup presentation in these 3 days. It is a great time for startups to showcase their latest technology development. A time of an elevator pitch to key decision makers and allowing corporate leaders to get the up-to-date information of the industry. In the following pitches, each company has 3 minutes for pitching and 5 minutes live Q&A time. Feedback from corporate will be given to all startups afterwards. Corporate panelists today include Dr. John Jiang is Chief Digital Officer of CP Group, leading technology initiatives and digital transformation in CP Group and next generation R&D, EV, alternative energy, satellite, 5G, 6G battery in True Corp. He also co-founded 4 startups, Mobilium, ITC, GlobeTouch, and EverNetworks. Ms. Akina Ho, Head of Digital Transformation and Innovation, Great Eagle Holdings Limited. She has 20 years of experience in change management, innovative technology, consulting, finance, hospitality, and global sales operations management experience starting from Silicon Valley to worldwide. Mr. Damian Wu, Director of Digital Transformation of Chinachem Group. He has been turning data into insights for more than 25 years now and has a comprehensive track record of IT management and consulting for a series of major multinationals such as China.com, Avanade, a Microsoft and Accenture JV, and Linkrate. Mr. Lawrence Chow, Head of Digital Marketing, Midland. He leads over 25 people on digital transformation, growth strategies, data analytics, partnerships, and marketing to grow the business. He also oversees the digital strategy of AmReferral, a subsidiary of Midland. And Mr. Kevin Zheng, Senior Client Partner from Franklin Covey, is our moderator of today. Let's enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Anne. On behalf of our panelists today, we're very excited to be able to meet 10 startups this afternoon. They will be presenting, as Anne mentioned, that over 3 minutes, and then there will be a Q&A to follow. So without further ado, let's welcome the first startup. The name is Kamakura Food Limited from Jason.
Hello, I'm Jason from Waterbento. Waterbento is transforming food service in commercial property by hot chain bento machine platform. In commercial property, there are 3 main pain points of food service. Firstly, low tenant satisfaction due to the crowded and time-wasting dining experience, and low food cost performance. Secondly, high costs for both initial setup and also management of daily operation. Thirdly, the risk of coronavirus. Waterbento is providing a solution using our hot chain bento machine platform to transform food service in commercial property. The advantage of our platforms are high tenant satisfaction, low cost, and good hygiene to be anti-coronavirus. How can we achieve this? The core component of our platform is our patented hot chain bento machine. Let me show you a video demonstrating the operation of the machine. Waterbento is not only providing a machine, but also providing an all-in-one platform to help commercial property add or enhance their food service. The platform including the machines, hot chain logistic equipment, license approval support, IoT, and e-payment solution. So commercial property owners only need to give us a 1 meter by 2 meter space. Then we take care of everything to add or enhance food service for them. In addition, we provide data analytics feedback to commercial property owners to help them get more insight about their tenants for better marketing and for better planning strategy. Waterbento's machine and the platform has been verified in our operation in Hong Kong. We have expanded to 12 sales locations, including Hong Kong Science Park, Cyberport, and commercial buildings. In just 13 months, we have sold over 80,000 of bentos through our platform. The business model of Waterbento has been recognized by local mainstream media and also local and global organizations. Please join us. We are looking for property owners and food service companies to transform food service together in commercial properties using our future-ready food tech, the Hot Chain Bento Machine platform. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jason. Definitely a very relevant topic right now as we are during lunchtime, during the lunch period. I'd like to invite our panelists to see if they have any questions, but perhaps if I could ask a very quick question. How many bento box can you fit in one of those machines?
Yes, with our latest version of the machine, one machine can contain 84 bento box.
Okay, fantastic. Questions from our panelists?
Yeah. So how quick you can refill the bentos, and every day if there are unsold bentos, how will you handle those bentos? Those food box.
Sorry, will you repeat again?
Okay, so my first question is, if the machine is sold out of the food box, how quick you can refill the machine? Your company can refill the machine, and if at the day end there are a lot of unsold food box, how will you handle them?
Yes, a very important question. About the refill to the bento machines, it only takes 1 or 2 minutes for our sales promoters to refill all the 84 bentos. And about the leftover rate, it is a very important question, particularly we are considering ESG right now. And the leftover rate is less than 5%, thanks to our data analysis platform and the demand prediction. For your image, in January, in supermarket, the leftover rate is around 20 to 30%.
Sales promoter are always around those machines, so they can come to the machine in a very short time?
Yes, it is one of our competitive advantage with the data analysis platform.
So I have a question. Can I ask? This is the can.
Please go ahead.
So I'm a little confused. Who's providing the bento boxes? You guys or the landowners or whatever restaurants they own can provide the bento boxes?
Very.
I see it in different views.
Yeah, a very important strategic question. In Hong Kong, we have a B2C model with our own brand bentos. We produce our own brand bentos to provide to our machines in Hong Kong. On the other hand, for overseas market, we have B2B2C model to cooperate with local restaurants and local food service company. They supply the bentos, and we provide the machine platform solution. Yes, exactly. We are cooperating also with large restaurant chain company in Hong Kong to provide such an operation model for them to use our platform to expand their sales channels.
Right. Okay. How do you charge these things? Sorry, last question.
Sorry?
How do you charge?
How many choice?
I mean, how do you price it? Like, what is your cost model, the business cost model?
Our business model right now, we are running our B2C model with our own brand bento and also our B2B2C model to expand our sales channels to the property owners.
Right. Well, I guess I'm going to make my question a little more clear. Do you charge a fee for the box? And is it a one-time charge, is it a subscription charge? Do you charge us per meal you sold through the box, through your vending machine, let's call it that way?
Yes.
What is your business model? How do you charge?
If we are talking about the B2C, B2B2C model, we charge 5%, 5% of the sales revenue from our food service partners.
So basically, we don't have to pay anything upfront. It's just basically 5% off our total sales. Is that correct?
Exactly, exactly. We provide all the bento machine platform solution. We take care of all the other things. And then the food service company only need to provide their foods. And the property owners only need to provide 1 meter by 2 meter space.
Okay, that's doable.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's invite the second startup presentation. The company is called Broadwood Innovation Limited by Vincent. Welcome, Vincent.
Hi, everyone. I'm Vincent Chui, the co-founder of Woom. So I used to travel a lot on business trips, which can be several countries in a week. When I'm aboard, my lifesaver has been the concierge desk of the hotel, which I can make all the arrangement, including bookings, transport, and get recommendations on where to go and eat. So we all like an extra helping hand. So my vision for Woom is a mobile concierge that everyone can afford and use it every day, even not in travel. We have three key categories of service which we can arrange one stop by our app: mobile workspace, business entertainment, and transport service. So start with the business workspace. Wherever you need, you can book hourly meeting rooms. They pass to more than 70 business centers and co-working space in Hong Kong, including the leading one, like Executive Center, Metro Workspace. So you can freely use the facilities, no need to join the membership, stay productive wherever you go. And since the pandemic, we have seen a lot of hotel rooms has been idled. So we are offering day packages for hotel rooms with flexible check-in time, which you can use them as a private workspace to get work concentrated or just take a rest and enjoy the facilities. So basically, it's just like a private clubhouse across all the places in Hong Kong. We have partnered with more than 40 hotels in Hong Kong, including leading international brands like Hyatt Regency, Regal Hotels, Dorset, and also Lanham as well. So a second major product categories that could be booked through our mobile app is the food and entertainment industry. So leveraging on our close partnership with the hotel, we are offering a marketplace of discounted dining packages like buffets, tasting menu, cash voucher, and also festive business gift like mooncakes. So basically, it's a win-win situation. For the hotel and restaurant, they can get quick cash flow after the pandemic challenges. And for our user, they get extra savings. So it's a win-win for all. And the three key service category is the travel services. So one of the pain points for international travelers is the business travel through the airport. So actually, we have partnered with an international limousine company, which you can use our app to book airport airport transportations in all across Asia. Another pain point for mobile travelers is also the mobile phone running out of battery. We also partner with a local mobile charging company, which you can rent power bank in more than 1,000 locations across Hong Kong, which you can also book the packages through our app. So we are in a relatively unique position in the sense that there are lots of e-shop actually for physical product, but not a lot of e-shop actually for services. And also we have a lot of like a platform for travel services, but not a lot actually focus on everyday use. And for the customer segment, actually, we are focusing on the more upper end, middle end business and business travelers, which actually is not being the focus point of a lot of mobile platforms in the market. So actually, please download Woom now and experience the convenience you can have as a mobile concierge for everybody, every day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vincent.
This is Akina again.
Hey, Akina.
Can you expand a little bit more about this? So I see you more like a consolidated platform of things that are because having a consolidated platform of discounted stuff, it can only last you so long because it's really replicable by other competitors. And there's so many out there, there's so many players out there. So can you talk a little bit about the travel differences and what's the synergy between all that, right? And how do you stitch that together?
Thank you very much, Akina. I think it's a very valid question, actually. I think one of our key differentials or competitive advantage is that we are offering all different package in one stop. So actually, we are a central marketplaces for, is the mic working? For services. So basically, there are lots of, you can hear, right? Okay. Okay, no problem. Okay, so actually there's lots of marketplaces for products and goods, right? But it's not a lot of consolidated marketplaces, actually for services. So I think the closest we have in the marketplace now in Hong Kong is more like KKday and Klook, but they are more consumer focused and more for travel focused. So actually the bread and butter is more on ticket sales, this kind of things, right? But not on everyday packages. So I think the beauty is that we can do everything in one stop. You don't need to download many apps, right? Because I think it's very high hurdle and reluctance actually for a user to download one more app. So we are going to have a one-stop. You can source every services you can. Some of those are actually exclusive on our app. So actually our backbones are first Workspace, which is actually we are quite unique in the Hong Kong marketplace as well. You don't need to join any membership plans, which you can access to all the leading business centers and co-working space in Hong Kong for any time you need. Wherever you go, which district you go, you can utilize your time. Second is on the hotel day packages, which actually you don't need to rush to queue up for check-in, right? You can just use the hotel room, which is underutilized at the very discount places, as your kind of a mobile clubhouse as well.
Right? For right now, there was a COVID stage where, let's talk one at a time. Let's talk about the co-working space using the hotel as a core differentiator. When the COVID situation stops and people start traveling again, which was in the 6 months in March, those assets will be gone. Hotels will be booking again and stuff. They won't making space as a cheap rate for you to rent out as a hot desk, nor the co-working space, because they're going to be sold out soon. So that business model in your workspace will actually deplete very soon in the next very short period of time. Then you talk about business entertainment. There's so many discounts here and there. You're also riding on the COVID situation where people are giving you a lot of discounts. When that COVID goes away and the business goes back up, that's going to go away. So I haven't heard what is it that travel that makes you get different from the likes of Klook and stuff like that.
So actually, on the
value.
business workspace is one of our actually key setup before the COVID because of a lot of the business travelers, they have a very convenient way for them to find places to work. And yeah, we are migrating from a hotel day use more to the hotel entertainment packages distribution since because after the COVID, right, there is still everyday cover use needed for the consumers to get, say, dining packages, this kind of things, right? For the hotel day use, actually, I used to
competing with the likes of Booking.com and things like that, which have way more discounts and value than your platform do when we go back to the normal.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
That's true. But Bookings.com and Agoda discover very standardized overnight packages. We are a bit different in the product offerings. So actually, we kind of fit in the consumer feedback to frame the package as well. So say during the...
Sorry. Okay, Dave, I think other people want to ask questions. I don't want to hog on. I do apologize. Please.
Yeah, just a follow-on question. So understand the situation because of COVID, you guys need to pivot. In 3 years' time, where do you see your company becoming?
Sorry?
In 3 years' time, what do you see your company becoming?
Okay, sure. First is overseas expansion because we don't see a lot of this kind of business model with an integrated solution for the business executive. We are going to other places in Northeast Asia and also deepen our product offering as well because utilizing on our cost of acquisition, actually we are striving to increase the transaction volume for all the customer we acquired. So actually we are more focusing on the margin side and the revenue side per user in a more medium-term basis.
Thank you, Damien, and thank you, Akina, for your questions. Let's welcome the third company, the startup, Carbon World by Andy.
If we humans are a civilized and progressive species, do you think we would keep throwing millions of tons of recyclable into landfill, wasting resources and creating pollution? I'm sure the answer is no. Hello, my name is Andy, and I'm the founder of Carbon Raw Limited. We are a green technology company in Hong Kong. Our mission is to enable stakeholders to recycle in a more convenient and effective manner. To do so, we design and manufacture reverse vending machines, in short RVM. We also operate an innovative recycling reward platform called Carbon Coins through a mobile app. The usage of them is an essential part in building sustainable city and community, a USDG focus. We provide an end-to-end recycling services. Currently, we have over 200 units of REM in Hong Kong and Macau, and later GBA. Using smart technology like AI, IoT, and big data, our REM ensure the collection of the right kind of recyclables, overcoming the failure of traditional recycling bins. The record data also help to engage corporations by giving them an overview of the recycling effort, which is supported with authentic data. This also fulfills another UN SDG focus, partnership for the goals. We are also responsible for the collection and transportation of recyclables, ensuring every piece is sent to the verified recycler. There will be manufactured into raw materials, consumer products, helping to facilitate a circular economy. This echoes with UN SDG goal of sustainable consumption and production. Through the Impact Commons program, we introduced an RVM unit in Depot Sustainability Zone in mid-February 2021. In the first month, roughly 1,100 recyclables were collected, reducing around 84 kg of carbon. We believe with more promotion and more participation, this recycling rate will continue to increase and truly make the difference. Our upcoming plan is to develop RVM that can accept more types of recyclable through improvement of AI and other IoT devices. Along with the advancement of packaging technology and sustainable design, we foresee Hong Kong and other cities moving towards a greener future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Andy. May I perhaps direct a question to Dr. John Zhang? Can I invite you to ask a question? Hello. Dr. Zhang?
Yeah, sure. You're asking me. I think the vending machine definitely for recycle is very interesting. So we just need to know the business model, complete differentiator, what kind of thing you can recycle. So that will be good.
Okay, thank you for the question. Actually, we have encountered the most important problem is the plastic bottles. Okay, just like my first page mentioned about 6 million bottles. Okay, every day in Hong Kong, just drop into the landfill, which is actually, if we turn it into raw material, it would be very good economic benefit for the society and for the environment, because it is also the raw material for our clothes, shoes. Okay, a lot of clothing is made of PET textile, so that is really important to have the PET as the first item. We provide a machine actually cater for whole items for the supermarket. We promote sustainable development. At the same time, we try to provide a more convenience recycling facility for the general public. So everybody want to be green and want to be participate in the environmental protection. But how? They have no idea which kind is recyclable. So our traditional recycle bin is just another kind of rubbish bin. I'm sorry about that. As the technology advancement, we provide a very good, easy to use RVM. Let everybody, even the children, can participate. Okay, with the barcode in front of our machine, if the door open, actually you can put inside. That is the first step, very easy, and let every person can participate without any problem. And at the same time, we have track and trace system, so we can trace and detect which bottle has been put into the machine, and then we sorting mechanism will work for them behind the scene. So we can actually collect every items we want to collect with AI, IoT, and other device, okay, from our back end.
Thank you. Lawrence, you have a question?
So yeah, so I used to use this kind of machine in Europe like 10 years before, and I'm very happy to see that is something finally happened in Hong Kong a few weeks ago. I'm very happy. But I think the public awareness of this of your service is still not high. Although you are doing a great job in saving the world. So I want to know what is your marketing plan to let more people know about this, and compared to other countries, the reward per bottle that the people can get is relatively small in Hong Kong compared to other countries. So do you think it's enough to attract the people, to general public, to use your service?
Thank you for your question, Lawrence. The pain point here actually is the awareness. Actually, we know that, and at the same time, RVM product, actually, we can see a lot of RVM in European countries, because the local government has already, launched the DRS, PRS, producer, responsibility. So this is a hot topic now. Actually, next door, actually here is another event that promoting the government promoting the DRS yesterday, and we try to make it as a sustainable business now by asking sponsor, for example, the bottler, Vitasoy, Coca-Cola, Carlsberg as our sponsor, because they produce the bottle. But at the same time, it is a very good marketing strategy for them to have the poster on the machine, okay? Not just provide the products in supermarket or the vending machine, but at the same time, they just let the general public know that they are also a green company with CSR, with ESG initiative as well. So the marketing cost actually can sustain our machine in the public, but we have to pay something for the location owner. That is, we need to fine-tune the business model later with more support from the bottler.
Well, I wanted to comment on what Lawrence has a very good, I think he's trying to ask you how you're going to make this more prominent. Have you ever thought of working with the government? The government is trying to have a recycle program too, but it's not very, prominent. You can supplement that. And also might even think about talking to the government where you put your vending machine next to every garbage can there is in Hong Kong. But that's where most of the waste goes into. And if you're right next to it and you said plastic bottle here, it's so much easier for people just to put the plastic bottle in the machine than in the garbage can, and that will reduce waste and also increase your consumption rate.
Right.
Or receivable.
That's a good question. Rate. Actually, we try every means to negotiate with the location owner and then give more incentive and of course promote more our RVM. Without the government, because even in United States, only 10 states, they launch the bottle bill. Where's the other one? Because the machine is very high cost, so we just make it a very cost-effective machine here. Okay, even without the deposit refund scheme, we just make it as a business viable model. That is our challenge. So I'm here just provide the one-stop solution for making the machine, and then build a track and trace system, and then the mobile apps to let everybody participate. Okay, even I think now in Hong Kong, 50% people hold mobile phone. So it is more easy to make it a digital transformation for recycling as well. Okay, hope to discuss more because this is very serious question among us because we live in the same planet. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you, all the questions from the panelists. The next startup is RPA by Floyd.
Hello, everyone. My name is Floyd Newsom. The name of our company is RPA Hong Kong. RPA means robotic process automation, or the use of software or bots which mimic the actions of humans using digital systems. I and my colleague, Bosco Wong, have worked in this industry for almost 10 years, and we are experts and fully dedicated to implementation of this technology in Hong Kong. Hence the name of our company, RPA Hong Kong Limited. The use of these software bots provides strategic advantage to companies when they automate the interaction between digital systems to perform repetitive tasks. Our technology results in lower costs, better quality, and faster execution for our companies which are using our services and technology. Many companies seek to automate. However, they also state that they lack access to skills, resources, tools, and operating models to succeed at scale. In fact, the data reflects that over 50% of automation projects fail, and less than 5% of automation projects scale. RPA Hong Kong is a focused, turnkey solution for companies in Hong Kong seeking best-in-class automation with flexible, cost-effective engagement models. We are the first and currently only technology firm in Hong Kong 100% dedicated to RPA and intelligent automation. Our business model consists of 3 key components: people, which is staffing and training; process, implementation and delivery, or consulting; and our technology component, which is called RPA Toolbox, which is currently in limited private beta. Our focus today for the remainder of this 3 minutes will be on RPA Toolbox. Please note that as a company, we have had tremendous success in providing our tools and technology to companies. We have a demonstrated track record over our 2 years of existence, and we are a profitable company. Our RPA Toolbox solution is an end-to-end platform that provides everything digitally to companies that seek intelligent automation success in the era of digital transformation. Our toolbox was launched as a minimal viable product with the generous support of Cyberport in October 2019. As a company, we are currently a 2020 Cyberport Innovation Program company. The RPA Toolbox consists of 4 key components: a training and empowerment model, a bot design model, a bot build model, and an operate model. How does this relate to you as property tech professionals? There are many ideal use cases for RPA and RPA Toolbox within the property management sector. Are you managing multiple construction projects? Are your documents stored in different systems? Do your employees waste time logging into various systems to find information? And does it get worse as you're trying to close out projects? RPA Toolbox assists property managers, construction companies, and project management for project and real estate projects because our solution, RPA Toolbox, helps to automate document management so that your employees can spend more time doing what matters, whether that's the actual design, construction, or people side of managing projects. For investors, please note that since 2016, automation, and RPA in particular, has been the fastest growing enterprise segment the world has seen since 2016. And in 2019 and 2020, RPA and intelligent automation are at the top level of investment focus areas for global firms as a key priority for information and communications technology. I'd just like to end that in order to execute on RPA Hong Kong and RPA Toolbox, our vision is being realized by an experienced, committed, and diverse team that is well qualified to deliver success. Our past, current, and future success is due to the fact that our diverse core team has deep experience in our field. We welcome you to please stay in contact and ask us any further questions about how RPA Hong Kong, RPA Toolbox, and our solutions focused on the property technology sector can be relevant to you, your businesses, and investment needs. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Floyd and Bosco. Perhaps I kick off a very simple question. Your solution and technology should be applicable cross-industry. Is there any reason why you picked property?
Absolutely. If you noticed on the slide before the Q&A, we listed select advisors. One of our advisors is currently the head of the architecture department at one of the leading Hong Kong universities. He exposed us to the opportunities and some of the inefficiencies within the property tech sector. So we decided as a company to make a strategic decision to focus in on property tech solutions for automation. In addition to property tech, we also focus in on HR tech. We're currently working with a leading insurance company here in Hong Kong, but based globally. And then we are also focused in on the fintech segment as we work with multiple financial services institutions here in Hong Kong.
Thank you, Floyd. Can I invite our panelists?
Yeah, I have a quick question. From an investor point of view, just want to clarify that sounds like your business model is more of like a system integrator or like a consultant rather than a product company. So the scalability of your business model is also probably kind of limited to the consulting firm type of scalability. Am I right?
That's a great question, Mr. Wu. However, you're not correct. Currently, for the past 2 years, we have been focused in on the service side of our business. If you look at the most recent product company, there's one which was based out of Eastern Europe, which recently went public on the NASDAQ last week. They have a competing software solution. If you look at the types of competitors in our segment, they do start off as service side. We are primarily focused in on being a profitable company first. And so currently, we do concede that our business model has been on the service side. We're seeking investors to help us begin to scale our software tool, RPA Toolbox, because we do concede, to your point, Mr. Wu, that scaling a consulting company would not be the ideal path. We're creating unique solutions, software-based solutions that can be used transversally across different industries and by users. And that is our goal for scale, is to leverage RPA Toolbox and build upon our new platform. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Any questions from our panelists online?
So I know there's a lot of RPA company out there, and they do provide services and also even free bots, right? But the one thing that I see that you guys are really unique, but then later on, as you explain yourself, you kind of lose your advantage. It seems like you are very focused on real estate, which is great, right? It is a very, how is it, a manual and very human intense industry. So, I mean, but now you're going to go to HR and your fintech, you might be moving away from your core strength. And you're moving into a very generalistic field where there are a lot of companies really doing that already. So how do you compete?
Completely agreed. as I mentioned earlier, we're supplemented by executives like yourselves who provide us key advice. The advisor who provided us strategic direction and property tech, we're definitely leveraging upon his feedback. However, based in Hong Kong, we did find that our revenues were driven by working with some of the banking and insurance companies. So we admit that we did pursue making money over just being singly focused on one sector. The advice from our leaders has been, from our advisors, has been to limit our segments to those three segments: HR tech, fintech, and property tech, and to not take on any more verticals until we are profitable and extremely well positioned in those three segments. I hope
So
that
I'm not sure how
clarifies.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Floyd. I think our time is up. So next, if I may invite,
thank you,
Zulu Technology onto the stage for a presentation.
Okay, hi guys, I'm Alan. My company is Zulu Technology. According to some technical problem, I cannot show the presentation of our company solution, but I bring the product that for our company solution, we are focusing on the indoor positioning about safety and some humanity caring. And for our solution, it is very easy. This is the gateways that we are using right now, and each gateway can monitor 70 meters area. And in a room like the presentation now, we can only, we are easily to deploy each gateway on a place like 3 meter high of this room, and then make it like a square. And then every people, the positioning is easily monitored by the tab like this. And also we have tab on the helmet and also watch. And our solution can make the accuracy around 10 to 15 cm for a indoor positioning. And this kind of watch is can also monitor the heartbeat and the blood pressure. And we are already using this for elder caring in Macau. For the tech like this, we have a ink monitor here, and our solution is very easily one-stop installing, and the central monitoring system can send message to each tab, and then the people, no matter they are under the construction site that the mobile phone cannot use easily, they still can through the system to send message to this tab to inform the people working there around about the safety, about the time is finishing, that they have to leave the area. And also our system is easily to allow the management to set up the dangerous zone or time zone for the people working there, and when the time is up, they have to leave immediately by the alarm by this tab. And the advantage of our solution is every site, if it's not too big, we only need 7 days for the total deployment for the hardware, for the software, and also the training, including all together. And now we are focusing on the construction site, elderly care, and also the school in Hong Kong. Because nowadays about the COVID, the people is more concerned about who have been to anywhere in any time. And by the help of our solution, we are easily to locate anyone have been visited any area for the working time, and also the school time or the old people in the elder caring. And then we are easily to track out the people who have contact with anyone, and then we can solve the problem that they are facing right now. And yeah, that's all I can say right now, because I'm sorry I can't show the software.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
May I invite our panelists for any questions?
So this is the UW.
Yes.
This is based on UWB.
Yeah, UWB. This is the UWB technology. And we have solved the main problem about the deployment, because we only need PoE to connect all the gateway. That's why we can make it as started time, about 7 days to deploy one area, one site.
And how is it compared with the Bluetooth beacon work? And I guess this is the latest, but Bluetooth is also easily deployable, BLE. And the accuracy, this one is, I suppose the accuracy of this one is better.
Yeah.
And
the main problem, the main difference between UWB and the iBeacon is UWB is more accurate about the positioning, because for the iBeacon, mostly the people use their mobile phone to locate the positioning. But different mobile, according to the user status, if they don't update their mobile phone, if the battery status, anything else, it would affect the accuracy. But by the UWB, mostly, according to the chips we use here, it is not, it won't be affected by any battery status or anything else, and still can keep the accuracy to 10 to 15 cm. And also, the main problem is when the mobile phone in a site that the connectivity is not good, it won't help to solve the problem of the location. But by the UWB, because we are based on the deployment and the interactive between the gateway and the TAG, there is no problem about the connectivity. That's why UWB is more usable in recent days than iBeacon.
we are introducing smart trolley in the big store. That but we currently just using Bluetooth beacon because the distance requirement may not be so stringent, right? I guess you need to find good use cases that your accuracy can benefit. Some use cases that are very useful. Yes. And I guess in the case smart trolley, we do have a receiving terminal because you need two sides to work. And for phone, I guess iPhone, I think, is supporting UWB now. I don't know about other phone.
iPhone already using the UWB solution for the mobile phone finding. And we are using this solution already in a server room to locate the people, the exact point where they visit inside the server room for the security. And in this case, because the people is not allowed to using their mobile phone inside the server room, that's why this solution is more efficiency than the traditional way in mobile phone, because it can solve more real estate situation.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the questions. Next, I would like to invite RESC to do their presentation.
Hello, folks. This is Daisuke Suzuki, founder and CEO of RESC. I'd like to present about our battery platform for e-mobility and smart grid. First of all, our vision is to realize a smart city based on our battery platform that enables battery sharing among the users of e-mobility as well as smart grid. We provide battery sharing service for e-mobility users. On our app, they can check the travel distance of e-mobility very accurately and can find several locations to swap the battery before it gets empty. This is our battery charging locker that users can swap the batteries from the empty one to the fully charged one very easily. There are some competitors, especially in Taiwan and China, but we are better than them, at least by 2 factors. The first factor is that our battery platform uses patented protection algorithms for battery management. Therefore, we can simultaneously achieve higher economy and higher user convenience. The second factor is that our battery platform is applicable for smart grid. Therefore, we can collaborate with local energy companies to develop various energy services. Now I'd like to give you some examples of energy service. First is emergency power supply. Our battery charging lockers not only charge batteries inside, but also provide power to the facility and equipment outside in case of power blackouts. Next is portable power supply. Our cassette battery can be used not only for e-mobility, but also for outdoor activities. Third is battery reuse. Batteries always degrade after being used a number of times. Therefore, we use our protection algorithm to optimize the timing to correct the degraded batteries. Once degraded batteries are corrected, they can be used for energy storage systems. And energy storage systems are very essential equipment to smooth out unstable renewable energies, such as solar and wind. The last but not least is smart grid. By combining many battery charging lockers and energy storage systems with reused batteries, our battery platform can be used for virtual power plant, demand response, and microgrid. That's all. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Do we have any questions from the floor?
So I find it quite. You guys are in the same dilemma, like for the likes of Teslas, right? The battery of electronic car is the most viable thing. Once these batteries are used, the reusable battery has a limited lifespan, right? So you're saying that, okay, so I'm going to create something to charge something once it's out. I'm going to reuse it to store energy for the future. So there's 2 problems with that. Number one, how long does your battery last as a storable unit? Number 2, as you get more and more battery that are being retired, reused, how fast is that rate whereby the consumption of these battery can be used as a storage unit? And like when that kind of run out of supply for you, and then when your depleted battery unit cannot be reused to store energy, are those things degradable? Because you think that's pretty radioactive, I assume.
Okay, well, I hope you have some technical background to understand that how battery works. But our idea is to use the battery between e-mobility and currently, like for electric vehicle, battery is used mostly for electric vehicles, and customers or user own the battery. So what happens is that when battery degrade, travel distance of the mobility very shortened. So usability of the vehicle gets low, but people be patient to continue to use sustainable battery, because if they try to replace it, it will be very expensive, right? So our idea is not sell the battery, let user share or use the battery, like subscription fee based, so to speaking. Then when it's degraded to the level that people or users start feeling, how do you say that, not so convenient, then we're gonna reuse for the stationary application, But even when e-mobility user still use our battery, for the swapping service, our battery station can be also used for energy storage, So what we're trying to do is we try to extract the best part of the battery performance for different users at the same time by utilizing the IoT and projection algorithm. That's a concept, So with our platform and the service, user, not only e-mobility, but smart grid user get most out of the battery performance of the life of the battery.
Right.
So that's
Right. I mean, yeah. I think we jumped the gun. Let's talk about the chicken first before the egg comes. So, how big is the market of people using that battery thing? I don't think a lot of people drive little motorcycle right now a lot. So your market share is pretty small, number one, right? And
I don't think so. Well, China, for example, I'd like to share you some slides. Well, we started from Japanese market because we wanted to do the POC and POB. But recently we are focusing on Chinese market because China's e-mobility market is very large. It's about okay, I can't share the slide now for some reason, but it's the size of the e-mobility about 30 million every year. Accumulated number is 250 millions. Because in China, gasoline scooters or mobility, other than cars and trucks or bus, are not allowed to use. And people use the.
But in China, what is famous right now is shared bicycling and stuff like that. If I'm sharing, I don't have to worry about battery for my bike because I'm just going to park my bike and grab another one. Right? That's a few years ago, actually, that was a hot thing. I don't know I know that the bubble burst in that field 2 or 3 years ago. So, you might look into that in China.
Well, we are already in China and working with the customer and people. There are demands for the battery swapping for e-mobility. Okay. So we know what we are talking about. But I know you are concerned. Yeah, thank you for your opinion.
No problem.
I think EV bike is very important to CP Group and is a very, I would say, very popular, demanded, right? I would say in this region for bike, right? For motorbike, right? Very popular in India, Indonesia, Thailand, and even in China, right? Very popular. Although they have different need. What we are struggling, right? Because we are experimenting different charging infrastructure, whether it should be a plug-in or swap, right? Where the problem with the swap, such as NIO, even for car, right? Such as Gogoro, you need to build a strong ecosystem of suppliers, different motorbike, and you limit somewhat the battery innovation, right? Because you have to innovate yourself in a way to drive the market up, right? Because and we're also struggling with the current battery technology and how it advanced and how charging time also advanced, right? Because I have been looking at a lot of extreme fast charging solution, right? For a car, right? Like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, right? Different kind of thing. And they are, for those battery innovators, they are neutral to different car provider. For individual car like Tesla, even NIO and XPeng, they also try to innovate themselves. When you have a battery swapping type of infrastructure like this model, one of the problems it solve a near-term solution, that quick swap, but it doesn't limit my bike models now. And also very soon this business model may not work as long as we like, right?
Okay, let me answer your question.
Yeah.
Okay, concern. First of all, we are working with existing manufacturer who is producing millions of units of the mobilities every year. Okay, so we are trying to manufacture, and we are also focusing on delivery and e-mobility sharing segments. So now like Gogoro or Neo, we are not focusing on ordinary user segment, consumer segment, So delivery, e-mobility sharing market, there are high demand of the battery charging, but charging not gonna work. Even with a high speed one, does not work sometimes because it's gonna give a lot of pressure on the power grid. So you need to, balance between power grid and battery charging request, so the swapping is the best solution for the small mobility. For large mobility, like you mentioned, like NEO or Beijing, automobiles are doing, yeah, it's still questionable, but again, like Beijing Auto are focusing on taxi application first. So that's very smart movement, because taxi to travel long distance every day, no time for charging during business times, So you gotta focus in the first particular segment to start building infrastructure, and then making a partnership with existing manufacturer of the mobility battery could be a good solution to solve the issues that you mentioned. Yes.
Thank you.
So
Thank you
we
very
are
much.
trying to build a platform based on our prediction algorithm. That's our core competence. We're not trying to be a manufacturers. And we are working with the local energy companies, delivery company to establish the infrastructure for battery swapping. So different approach and different business model from
Thank you.
NEOs or others.
Thank you. I think our time is up. Thank you for all the comments and questions from our panelists. May I invite the next startup, ESSA.
Hello, I'm Mui, the CEO of ESSA. Our patent technology PACO can eliminate high spectrum of pollutants, including virus, bacteria, harmful chemical, and odor at one go. Clinically can show to cure COVID-19 at a rate over 99.9%. We are proven with traction by reputable customers, including the Peninsula Hotel, Pfizer, K11, Hong Kong Science Park, and we have more numerous of awards, including the Alibaba Jumpstarter Grand Award in 2019. The unique benefit of PACO filter is that it doesn't require any electricity or medium to trigger the purification reaction, makes it super easy to retrofit into any existing building without expensive installation and reconstruction costs. And compare with traditional HEPA filter, which can create high pressure drop to the HVAC system, PACO has a much lower density, which do not affect the consumption of the electricity for its airflow at a very competitive price. We have already signed an over 50 million agreement with our customers for the coming 5 years. So assuming our solution is highly scalable in the market, our goal is to continue to roll out the PACO filtration solution in China and Asia and reach 10 million in revenue in 3 years. We have already raised 7.5 million Hong Kong, and our investors are including the New World Development and various individual investors with financial background. We are very confident that PACO is the best solution to ensure healthy indoor air quality. Thank you.
So I was wondering, so you guys are basically a filter company selling a filter that cleans the air and kills the viruses, right? Is that what you guys basically are?
Yes, basically we are a material developer. Like we are working with nano material, and then I think the filter itself is one of the product that we recently successfully put into the market.
Okay. Right. And have you guys been tested to that it does kill COVID or trap COVID on your filter?
Yes, we did. We actually tested against, first of all, H3N2, and then recently we have completed a test in Nanjing, and proved that it's actually effective against human coronavirus. We, along the way, we are actually aligning with some third-party lab in the state to further test with actual COVID-19.
Excellent.
But I mean, human coronavirus basically is the same structure as is the core structure of the COVID-19. So basically, the tests that we have already completed, basically we can draw a parallel that is actually effective on COVID-19.
Okay.
So, okay, yeah, just to talk a little bit more about the technology, because we're talking about the material, that's your differentiator, right? How does it kill it? Does it traps it and does it let it travel, or does it trap it and kill it? Or because some of the COVID-19 filter, what they do is they just trap it, but they don't kill it.
Right. Okay.
But they are containing it, and it won't fly everywhere.
Right,
so
right.
How do you, what's your technology like?
So I think during the PowerPoint there is a picture showing the material of like the inside of our filter. Basically, there are some pellets, like some material in pellet form. So what we did was we basically infused disinfectant agent inside the pellet itself, and then we employ a technology called slow release. So basically what it means is that the chemical itself get released into the space at a very, very slow speed. And when the virus or bacteria actually pass through the material itself, the chemical get released in air, will basically destroy the encapsulation of the virus or COVID-19. And then by destroying the encapsulation, basically similar to other technology, it's basically destroy the RNA of the virus, disable the reproductivities, so that the virus itself basically is disabled. But the advantage of the technology itself is that I mean, like there are different technology in the market. For example, like UV, UVC, or TiO2 or other technology. But most of the technology will require external activation. For example, electricity or light. Light basically means electricity, because you need to light it up, right? Doing a small project like a restaurant with two inlet or outlet is easy, because you can simply draw a power line to the inlet. But when we do a large project like upgrading, for example, ICC tower, like there are over how many, like 2,000 inlet and outlet, and to draw power line to each of the outlet will require a lot of engineering work. But with our filter, because itself it doesn't require any external activation. Basically, we can simply swap the whatever filter they are using with our filter. Then you instantly upgrade the system to an air disinfecting system, which is very, the speed is very fast and it's very cost effective.
Thank you. I think Lawrence or Damien, quick question from you.
You mentioned that this is just one of your products, so can you just quickly let us know what other products you guys do?
With the material itself, we actually create another smart product. It's a home appliance, a smart lamp combined with the purification technology itself. It basically is a two-in-one, or it's still an air purifier, but it's a light with an air purifier together.
Okay, excellent. Lawrence?
So do your machines track any data about the improvement in the air quality? Well, the filter itself, we don't have any sensor in it. But the product I just mentioned, the smart lamp with purifier, we do have air sensor inside. So we monitor temperature, humidity, VOC level, and PM level as well. And then all the data go back to the server, and then we can actually do well, based on the sensor data, we can optimize the device operation status. So the data is available to the user as well? Yes, the smart device basically is equipped with a mobile app. The user can actually see the data on their mobile phone. So the user can not only smell the freshness of the air, we can actually see in the phone as well. Because air is, transparent, you can't really tell whether the technology itself is working or not. So I think that the mobile app is a very good tool for the user to actually experience the fresh air.
So
do you have any factual statistics about how is the performance compared to the other technology? I think, okay. I think in terms of, okay, how should I put it? Comparing different technology at the initial stage of the operation, they are all similar. For example, it doesn't matter what technology you use, they all remove 99%. But the thing is, our technology is two major advantage. One is the filter itself keep refreshing itself, and the second one, the one that I just mentioned, the chemical release one, require low external activation. So I think in terms of performance, I think most technology are at their very top level. The thing is, depends on the use case. You use different technology for different cases.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Questions from the floor. May I invite the next company to the stage? It is called LumenCage.
Hello. Smart building tech isn't broken, it's just stuck in the past. All modern devices are DC electronics inside. And the world's power grid is trapped under a century of technical debt, resulting in complex electrical and safety codes. I mean, think about it. The safety codes are based on a battle in which the standard was less lethal. So there's so many new technologies and standards for power and communication. There's so many, in fact, that they actually suffer from rapid obsolescence. And this stops builders from confidently adopting any of them as a new infrastructure. What we need is a bridge to jump the gap from the old familiar to the new and much more capable solutions. LumenCache is a simple and better power communications infrastructure. It's ideal for any installed devices in a home or office, starting with the Steely. It uses standard network wires to connect the smart panel sitting next to your AC panel. And this solves every challenge in every category that product designers, consumers, and governments face when they're creating, deploying, and using smart home, smart building, and smart city products. So let's take a look at how it accomplishes this. We start with power, but what kind of power? I mean, you got AC, DC, batteries, grids, and new technologies. Then, of course, you need an internet gateway. But which one? And there's so many. I mean, there's thousands of apps that connect to these things. So we put together a backplane and a basic input-output system. And then into that, we can plug application modules that connect to each type of device, no matter what kind of power and communication it needs specifically. Our intellectual property is the connection of all these systems together. But the beauty is it solves all of the major challenges that confront product designers today. So basically, all these different kinds of devices, including the multiple power systems and the communications, are solved in one platform. This is what it looks like today. There's been thousands of drivers reliably working since 2012, and that allows us to deeply understand every facet of the transformation, what roadblocks still exist, and how to solve them. And builders can do this for a lower installed cost than traditional AC lighting. Those little black adapter modules are what makes the system future-proof. There's an installation example. And all the roadblocks for broad adoption have been removed, with the addition of switches, bulbs, everything that's needed for inside buildings and offices. If you're a property developer, you can confidently install a pilot building, get your teams familiar with the products, or if you're a tech investor, you can appreciate our ability to deliver over 60 products and grow. And grow we have. We've already sold over $1 million of the prototype in projects around the world. And we've got 8 years of field experience in proving that this system is flexible, it has longevity and savings. Oh yeah, and by the way, it can solve 5G indoors. But the really cool part is about AI. and how, in order for AI to work in buildings, every device needs to be connected. And this is difficult with so many vendors and applications. But with Lumen Cache as the base platform, AI can finally learn from and optimize our living environments. This opens up a $200 to $400 billion per year opportunity. And the biggest takeaway is that the future isn't about having one standard, but the ability to adapt to any standard. I'm Derek Coburn with Lumen Cache, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Derek. May I invite questions from our panelists? While they're thinking, let me just pop in one question. So how do you determine the savings when property developers or owners are considering whether to roll out Lumen Cache? What is that business case for them?
Sure. Well, it's a fairly straightforward because we can just bid against typical AC products. I mean, it's pretty much one-to-one replacement, except for the additional benefits that you get. So we can take an AC proposal that's been designed for AC, and then within an hour to a day, give a comparable quote using our technology.
That's interesting.
I'm sorry for the audio video skew. I hope you all can buffer those images.
Any questions from our panelists?
Just a quick comment. I mean, it was too quick probably. So, but I do think that there's much value for us as developers. So actually, after this event, would like to learn a lot more details from you. But what would you is the biggest advantage of your product cost saving, or what else would be your biggest value proposition? You would say?
Well, let's not deep dive too far into the infrastructure. Let me start with a couple of examples. We have 2 current pilot projects going on with the Government Services Agency of the United States Department of Energy, right? So they've seen our product, measured it, and found it to be more efficient, and they think it's going to be more cost effective to install and maintain than traditional AC systems. Same thing has gone on with some large developers like Brookfield Properties. And then, of course, there's many residential homes that have been done. So the number of benefits when you take this much of a step change forward, where you're not trying to just band-aid on top of the old infrastructure and saying, well, we have to adapt to AC because that's what everybody already has, right? I mean, when you think about it, most builders install, you got your AC service comes in from the street, and then that's what's in the building. But look at the biggest trends of what's happening. DC microgrids everywhere, inside of buildings, DC on the, on the rooftop. So when you look at all of that trend, and part of the reason I live here in China is because I work with Zhongguo Dujiangbu, the housing department. I was one of the industry advisory board members of a U.S.-China joint venture. And even though I was the tiniest company in there, the product is so compelling in its performance capabilities that they said, this is great, we need to be able to research this and then use it as part of the benchmarking to say, how much better is this? So it's not a question of whether it's better or not. The real challenge is, how do you roll it out? How do you offer a completely different standard? And it's the same kind of challenge that occurred when electric vehicles got rolled out. But today, for example, it's doubtful you would buy a gasoline car, right? I mean, the infrastructure is going to go away for that type of technology. And so you can kind of think of that analogy when you're looking at your buildings. You want to be installing building infrastructure that's going to match the trajectory of the new technologies. And everything is DC inside. If it's a refrigerator, air conditioner, all those devices, the first thing they do is rectify the DC. And then the motor controllers run the motors.
Thank you, Derek. Any other questions from our panelists? Okay, I think we're just right on time. So may I invite the next startup? It's called Fans Wi-Fi to the stage. Thank you.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sam Yun, founder and CEO of Fans Wi-Fi. Today, I'm going to introduce our social Wi-Fi hotspot system to all of you, which will help you to convert your physical visitors to online fans and members in all your physical locations, to help you to digitize your locations and help you to have contact with your customer even after they left your locations. So imagine you're a business owner. There are thousands of people coming to your shop every day. But this is really a common problem is that what happened after they left your shop? Usually you will not have their contact, you will not know their age, their gender, and the information of customer. It's not like an online website that you have a Google Analytics. So many businesses use even have system like membership system, loyalty program, marketing campaign, all very good solution, but they're usually expensive and time consuming. It also require a lot of staff training before you can use. So we find that Wi-Fi is really the solution. The only thing you need to do is offer free Wi-Fi to your customer, because every people will already have Wi-Fi in their phone. They don't need to install an extra app. We will ask the user to log in the Wi-Fi using their social media accounts like Facebook, Instagram, WeChat. We also ask them to like and follow your Facebook fan page so that you can now contact your customer again after they left your shop. The good thing is that we also support both the Western social media like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We also support the Western social media, Eastern social media like the WeChat and Line. So that this is suitable for you to deploy in all over Asia and all over the world. As well, we are excited to have a new feature in 2021, which we also support the WhatsApp login as well, which is one of the most direct way you can contact with your customer nowadays. We also have different kind of modules like the loyalty program modules, the survey module, and member system connection module to help you to understand and keep track and also engage your customer in different levels. And as a result, we're actually making your shop like a website that have Google Analytics. We have an admin panel for your shop to tell you that how many new users, how many repeat visitors go to your locations, and how many of them are male users, how many of them female users, and also their age group distribution. What's more, this is also a demo of the database. You have the email address that you can contact them again after they left, because EM is one of the most direct marketing channel nowadays as well. So after using Fans Wi-Fi, our customer now understand more their customers about their visit behavior, the content. So they can now do the email and social marketing to keep update and keep their customer loyal and coming back more to spend in their locations. Let me show you more about some use case and case study. We have some restaurant chain customers, for example, LSP Cafe, they're using our solution. We have fashion shop, retail chain, like the LVMH Fashion Group is our long-term customers. We also like the hotel, resort, business centers, museum, cinema, performance hall. You know, even it's also suitable for installing shuttle bus. So you can engage the visitor even before they reach your locations. In short, Fans Wi-Fi is suitable for all kinds of locations that wish to reach their customer after they left the shop. Even more, say the smart city, tourist district, and exhibition is also suitable for using Fans Wi-Fi. So if you want to contact with your customer after they left your shop, please sign up Fans Wi-Fi, and please let me know if you have any questions as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sam. Can I invite our panelists, perhaps Lawrence? I think you have a question.
Okay, so actually two questions. The first one is the Wi-Fi provided by the clients themselves, and you are just provide the step to change them to have the login function, or actually you can help them to connect to the other like public Wi-Fi from the provider.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And the second question is, how do you charge the client?
Oh, okay. Exactly. We are a software platform that we can we'll work with different kind of hardware, including existing hardware, like because one of our partner is PCCW HKT. We integrate with that system. So the result.
Can you speak louder because we can't hear you? I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry. Is it better now?
Yes, much better. Thank you.
Okay, good. We are a software solution, so we actually work with different kind of hardware. We can work with existing system. For example, PCCW HKT, the largest telco company in Hong Kong, is using our solution to integrate with their Wi-Fi system to provide the Wi-Fi to customers. So our solution can be worked with different kind of Wi-Fi as well. We also have our own Wi-Fi router. Yeah. So, and the second question.
How do you charge the client?
Okay. Our basic charge is $2 to $5 per access point per year, and we also have a large discount for a larger location. So imagine it may be something like $4,000 USD for a shopping mall with 50 APs, something like that. It's a subscription model.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions from our panelists? Akina, you were going to make a comment before I interrupted you before. Akina, do you have a question before?
Well, I was just wondering, how do you stop people from copying what you're doing? Because I don't really see a proprietary or something that's really niche that people can copy and do what you do.
Really, actually, it's very. It sounds easy because it's a login page, but actually we have many technology inside that work with different kind of, say, mobile phone and also system to make sure the login flow of the whole process is very smooth and also have a good marketing effect.
Right. No. Okay. Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Akina. Just one question from me. My assumption is that your solution will only work if people join the Wi-Fi. So has there been any studies that, what is the percentage of people that goes into a cafe that would actually join Wi-Fi? Is it, out of 100 customers, is it 10%, 20%, or 70%, 80%?
We don't have an exact study, but for our experience, it's I think for Wi-Fi, for a cafe, it's much more. In our experience, we feel that it's around 40% of the people will join the Wi-Fi. Yeah, it also depends on the location.
Okay, thank you. I think our time is up. Thank you very much.
Okay.
The next company I'd like to invite onto the stage is Seaplane.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking the time to listen to my pitch. So I'm Stephen, founder of Seaplane Hong Kong. We have 5 subsidiaries under the group. So we have 3 lines of business. Seaplane Airline will be introducing electric seaplane from 2024. We'll have a urban air mobility as well, so passenger drone. So imagine when one of your property development, there will be a landing pad where our drones can land straight and take them to city centers, airport, wherever they want to go. It will definitely be a landmark within your cities. And then we'll have skyports as well, 7 skyports across Southeast Asia. So we'll be creating 20,000 jobs. It will be the first UAM passenger line in the world, a tourist attraction. The whole industry is worth $500 billion by 2050. So we are already working with major partners, so 2 state-owned enterprise. 50% of the flights has already been sold. And we will have this air taxi app where you can just pick up your phone and basically Uber in the sky. So we'll be solving issues and problems such as congestion, long commute, at the same time promoting sustainability and building infrastructure across Southeast Asia, creating a new market and new industry. 3 business area again. We have the aero sightseeing, private charter, and the on-demand air taxi service. This is our fleet. So we got the flagship passenger drone, sit 2 to 6 people, and we have 2 electric seaplanes, the Cessna Caravan and the Twin Otter. So this is a service area. All the red dot here you can see are our coverage area, and we'll be serving Palawan in the Philippines. This is a passenger drone route. We're significantly reducing the travel time in heavily congested cities such as Manila, Jakarta, Hong Kong. Our plan also meets the 14 5-year plan KPI. We're also venturing into R&D, so doing passenger drones, electric aircraft, electric batteries. We're building skyports as well, 7 skyports across Southeast Asia. All this bubble you see here are our revenue stream. This numbers has been independently verified by a Swiss bank. By 2025, our estimated revenue will be $358 million. So we have a lot of traction, supports from political, industry, community, and we're also in discussion of selling our naming right and partnership across Southeast Asia as well. And you can see we've been meeting a lot of community leaders, business leaders, political leaders. So we got Nick Chan here, NPC members, to Gary Chan, who's the vice chair of DAB. You've probably seen us in the press. And Gary Chan also wrote a letter to our CE, Mrs. Carrie Lam, to support the project. Our team has a wealth of experience in aviation, over 20, 30 years experience in aviation. So we're now raising 15 million for 15% equities. The estimated market value verified by a Swiss investment bank is $436 million by 2025. I'm happy to take any question. Thank you.
Right. Well, definitely you can contact me. So I'm interested to find out more.
We'll definitely speak.
Yes, please do. Interesting. One thing I wanted to know, like, how do you navigate in the air control regulation? You guys are not in my space, right? So you guys going to be crowding with the airline and everything else. How do you guys handle that?
So basically, it's 2 different type of aviation. So you have the airline traffic, and then you got the helicopter traffic, and then you got the pleasure drone. So the pleasure drone regulation around the world has to stay 500 feet and below. Helicopters and general aviation 500 feet and above. So we kind of go between the gap, and then we have designated route right now. But eventually, we want Great Eagle or one of the property development to be one of our first UAM operator. So we're talking with one of our biggest infrastructure heavy rail operator in Hong Kong to replicate the model. So what we're basically doing, and the reason I'm here today to talk about property tech, is that we want to have the SOP, the standing operating procedure, and replicate the model as quickly as possible. Because this UAM business is worth $500 billion, and you could have a pie. Imagine 1% of that, you can be the next Elon Musk. So basically, we want to replicate that as quickly as possible. That's why we need expertise from property developers.
All right, great. Cool.
Excellent. Thank you. Any other questions from our panelists?
So for the drone, are you guys developing it yourself, or are you OEMing from other startups?
So we're going to do R&D. So we're in discussion with 2 universities in Hong Kong and STP. That's progressing slowly, but we're years behind in terms of R&D. So right now we're buying it off the shelf with other operators. Biggest problem right now, or if you want to go into R&D, is that the battery is not removable except one company, and they're not selling their drones. So that's why we're going into the R&D and manufacturing business as well, with the support of hopefully HAPC as well, to do Industry 4.0 and to have a homegrown, home design, home R&D drone here in Hong Kong. So watch this space.
Yeah, I think that will be a challenge. Battery has always been a challenge for things like that. So I as an advice, you should talk to, there's I believe, some expertise in Hong Kong PC that deals with lithium battery or whatever battery that they use for the electronic car. That will speed up your R&D a lot if you can leverage what they have done so far for the electric vehicle industry to apply into your space.
So we're speaking to different industry partners. So HAPC, we started this discussion with them already. So right now we have airport developer that own 26 airports around the world. We also have property business, because having a water aerodrome is burning money every day. Hence, we will have hotel business. So one of our first projects in the Philippines is part of President Duterte Build program. So we already secure funding, initial discussion. We haven't signed a paper yet, but with a United Nations organization, Asian Development Bank, to
secure really low interest loan to build, basically turn Palawan into the next Phuket or the next Bali. Problem, I'm an airline pilot. I have no expertise in property development. So we leave the best or the expert to do their thing, and we operate the airline. Hence I'm here. Excellent. Any other questions?
So I saw you have a lot of great plan in like 5 years plan. So when will be the earliest service the public can use? Do you have any time?
It's depending on the regulator. In China, it's much better in mainland China. So we are talking with a state-owned enterprise, aircraft manufacturer, to start in GBA first. But Hong Kong, as a proud Chinese and a proud Hong Konger, we want to start here. So we're already starting discussion with a member of LegCo, NPC, to create the job, because Hong Kong need this right now. We're trying to turn Hong Kong into a creative and innovative hub. So we aim to start the trial by the end of this year. For the licensing, it might take slightly longer, but we will definitely start Philippines and GBA.
And how do you give confidence to the general public about this new transportation?
Actually, it's been operating or in trial in 7 countries around the world. China is the leader, Germany is another leader, but we're keen to promote a Chinese product and put Hong Kong back in the world map again.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Stephen. Thanks. We're looking forward to having you on board soon. Thank you. And last but not least, may I invite our last startup for today, PAKT, to the stage.
Hi, I'm Barbara, CEO and founder of Pact, your smart wardrobe. Pact is solving urban problems of space. 4.4 billion people live in cities today, growing to a staggering 7 billion by 2050, with over 50% in Asia. Population density, property prices are rising, while the size of apartments is shrinking. All of this affects the way people deal with their wardrobes. Timing is everything. Clothing ownership is changing. COVID has changed the way we look at hygiene and rethink our space. Working from home, we're all trying to be responsible and conscious consumers as well. Technology has disrupted our daily lives, except how we manage our clothes. The wardrobe hasn't changed in 1,000 years until now, until Pact. Pact Smart Wardrobe is digitally transforming the wardrobe experience. Pact helps optimize your space and allows the possibility of endless wardrobe space at home. Our digital wardrobe platform is easy to use, with professional photos of all stored items, on-demand deliveries, and the ability to sell what you no longer want. We have a growing B2B focus across 3 main verticals: real estate, hospitality, and luxury retail. The Pact service can be baked into the room rate management fee or be a gift with purchase. We signed our first major B2B contract with Swire to integrate our wardrobe extensions into the room rate at Pacific Place Apartments. This is a significant milestone. And whether we retrofit existing buildings or have an integrated design in new buildings, Pact can help redesign residential space. We're about to announce a contract with a leading developer integrating our services in their new luxury residential unit. We've laid a solid groundwork and are now ready to scale. With 75% of our new clients opting for 12-month subscriptions, high customer retention, we can see that people are using Pact as a longer-term structural solution to deal with space and wardrobes. We're proud of our partnerships with world-class companies. We're delighted that we took over Vestiaire Collective's VIP consignment business in July 2020, the leading global pre-loved luxury player. Kering Group, their recent participation in the funding round, shows the importance of pre-loved fashion. In Hong Kong and Asia, there's always been a close relationship between luxury residential and luxury retail. A pilot with a leading luxury retailer was aimed at getting their personal shoppers to have an in-depth understanding of their clients' wardrobes through the Pact digital wardrobe to be able to make more targeted purchase recommendations. And Pact has this knowledge through our digital wardrobe. We have visibility about what the client is wearing, selling, and most important, what they don't have yet. And this can become monetizable data for our B2B partners. The Pact opportunity is to disrupt wardrobe management by creating a circular ecosystem in major cities across Asia. Pact is a regional play, with not only China on our doorstep, but also 60% of the world's megacities. And our ask is another $200,000 to $400,000 to top up our pre-A round in November of last year on the back of our Swire contract. We have a great team with an extensive global network, and we work together for a long time. And we're supported by a great advisory board with expertise in operations, tech, real estate, and finance. We're currently onboarding a fifth advisor from a global e-commerce platform. Thank you for your time.
So Barbara, hi, nice to see you here. I'm glad to see that you have evolved a lot since the time you talked. You forgot to put Great Eagle there because we were pushing you guys for Ontolo.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
That was
So I think your business model has evolved, and I really like the idea that the data will come in handy as you grow your B2B revenue. So how long do you think that business model will kick in play where you can sell such data to help retailers and stuff like that, what's going on in the city that you're operating?
Okay, I think the first major milestone has been the contract with Swire. We just actually signed our second contract with them yesterday for a new luxury residential building. So that's exciting, where Pact is included in every apartment that's being sold. So the next stage about monetizable data, that's going to come obviously with the growth in numbers of users. And I think Pact has always looked at B2C as a proof of concept and looked at B2B as a future opportunity. And now that opportunity is here. So this is the way we can see we'll scale. And with that scaling, then that data becomes much more interesting. And we're talking to a couple of the online e-commerce platforms, one of whom you know that we're planning to do an event with soon.
I think I know who they are.
Right, and so that's also very interesting because they are looking to see what people actually have in their wardrobe so they can sell better.
Right. Cool. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Any other questions from our panelists? So Barbara, I have a question. You are planning to launch in Hong Kong first. I think I saw one of your slides mentioning. How many countries do you envisage this business to go to? I don't know whether you mentioned it, but I may have missed that in the presentation.
Well, Hong Kong has been our launch market. We've been here since the end of 2015. So if COVID hadn't happened, we would have been in Singapore last year, and we've been in probably another city by this year. But certainly, Pact is all about improving the residential living experience in densely populated cities. And that's true for most of Asia, right? Either there's high humidity and high temperatures, or there's a huge, difference in temperatures, like in Tokyo and Seoul.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions from our panelists? No? Excellent. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So I think this afternoon we've actually heard over 10 startups from various topics, starting from bento boxes to free Wi-Fi or fans Wi-Fi, through to RPA and a number of other, batteries. How do we manage batteries solutions? Just as a final comment, I'm sure a lot of our startup owners would like to meet our panelists and discuss further. Can I invite each of the panelists to say a final comment and just maybe give them some advice? What do you see in your particular industry or your role that you play? So can I invite our panelists to make a comment to wrap up this afternoon's session? Who wants to go first? Don't be shy.
I think Dr. Yes, the most honorable goes first.
Barbara, you want to, sorry, Akina, you want to say first?
You want to go first, Dr. Chang?
Sorry, Akina, you want to say final words before we wrap up the session?
Oh, no, I thought we were asking Dr. Chang to go first.
Oh, okay, Dr. Chang, please go ahead.
Yeah.
I can just tell you my interest, right? Maybe I find the part is good, interesting, and we just need to figure out the angle. So we won't have more discussion. Seaplane, I think is useful. We have high-speed train here. We are rolling out in, and we can supplement that with seaplane. Our boss fly a lot of helicopter. I think the drones and unmanned aircraft could be interesting for us. And I guess the rest, this is what I can say. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Who would like to go next?
I can go next. So since I'm the lady and the youngest one here, I believe. So I really like some of the startups here. Those I think you can tell which one I like. I really believe in Seaplane has huge potential. I do see Pack as something that kind of will change the way wardrobe's being done. I think it's just like for us to believe in it and also support it along the line. There is traction. I guess a lot of men didn't say anything is because they're not into fashion. So as a woman that loves fashion and changes her clothes every day in different outfit, and then bags and stuff, I'm sure your wives have. Wardrobe space is a big challenge for us. But how do we incorporate into real estate? I think that's the magic that needs to happen. And then I think these are the two companies that I see that's been well put through the thoughts, showing the potential and the future business plan really helps. I think that if other startups can have that kind of thinking and the global sense, but actually make them more attractive. I think a lot of startups miss the mark in the sense that they are thinking more localized and not scalability and practicality, right? So these are my 2 cents.
Thank you, Akinya.
Yeah, I guess Seaplane obviously would like to follow up with you further. You mentioned about you liking yourself as like airline operator, and I'm not sure if that's actually the model you want to go with, but there's a lot of potential with what you're looking at right now. So we'd definitely like to look at it both from an investor point of view and also probably a co-developer of certain projects. The other one that would be of interest to us is actually Lumen Cash. Again, would like to understand a bit more about the solution, but seems to me that there's a lot of potential with developers. Yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Lawrence?
Okay, so thank you all of you. So I get a lot of inspiration from each of you, although each of you, the time present is not just a short time. So for us, we are quite interested in some of you, and we can see we see that some of you are really game changers in the industry. It's not just simple enhancement, but it's something real innovative. So I think we can follow up for the related ones, and for the others one I think is still good and is I think a lot of the technology actually can scale up to different industry or different market. So this is one of the way that I think can help the economics of scale and for the future growth that you may consider. So that's my word.
Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you, everyone. I'm sure our startup owners have learned a lot during this afternoon session. So without holding any more time, I'll hand it back to Anne. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, our honorable panelists, for your time and wonderful advices to our startup participants today. Thank you, our participants, for coming, and thank you for the people who are joining online with us today. Today's live sessions are all finished. All guests and participants are welcome to stay behind, and online participants can also visit the platform to explore further opportunities and connections. We kindly invite everyone to scan the QR code on the screen and help us to complete the feedback form so we can do better. Our platform has got various features for further business connections. Participants who had registered and received the confirmation email along with the link can access the platform from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. in these 3 days. You may also revisit the webinars on the platform till 9th of May. You may visit the e-booth at the Startup Exhibition for more information about the company's product or invention. Startups can also look for clients, explore business opportunities or partnerships locally and regionally, and consult professionals at eClinics by using the meeting scheduling function. Other visitors can also enjoy the chat rooms and network with different parties. So day one of the summit has finished. For tomorrow's session, we have FinTech startup presentation and one webinar about startup opportunities and go-to-market in the Greater Bay Area. On day three, we have one EdTech startup presentation, a final webinar about startup opportunities and go-to-market in ASEAN, as well as the SME Reach Out funding session to introduce and explain the government funding schemes available for SMEs. So please stay tuned and stay behind as you want to mingle with our guests. And let's meet tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Enjoy your day.